So I was just trying to see how the building permit is going and why it's taking such a long time. But I got this as a response. So basically what it says is that the building that you're trying to rise is close to sort of like a old, antique kind of Viking stuff. Then to be able to get this approved, I need to send in a new permit on this link. So I head over to this link and think that since it's within the same sort of county, they should be able to have all the documents. But no. So I had to fill in everything once again and mark sort of like the space where we are going to build. And if you look here, this is where the remnants of the old antique stuff is. And this is our property. They think it's too close and I need to have a permit from these guys as well. Woosha. Anger management. I remember in one of my absolute first vlogs, I think it was, on this channel, I said like I had a bad habit and I was going to get Circle K coffee. A couple of years down the line, the habit still remains. There is something special about having coffee while you're driving, especially when I'm driving to the studio, because it makes me just feel so relaxed. Take a look at this. This is the Bambu Labs X1 Carbon, and it is currently my favorite 3D printer. I've been doing some prototypes in this that I can't wait to show you. I have a couple of things that I'm working on. I just want to show you soon. Today is going to be a quick day here at the studio. It is currently 10 a.m. and I'm currently working on an edit for the music video to Dead by April's new single. It is gonna look good. I think you're gonna like it. And to those of you that bought my Final Cut Pro course, all the footage that I used to actually edit that video is going to be uploaded into the course so that you as a member are gonna be able to download all the footage and edit to the same song, but in your own way. So you're gonna be able to see how I shot it and how I edited it, and then you're gonna be able to give it your own try, which I think is pretty cool. And I do feel a little bit better, but I haven't been this sick in a very long time. It feels like I've been dead for over a week, which is weird. A little bit of coughing though, but other than that, feeling better. DJI goggles Integra. Ooh, feels like a good battery pack. It's kind of like solid. It has a nice padding here in the back. Still not a huge fan of the foam that's right here because that is harsh. Yeah, I mean, like I can ride with this. Definitely hurts the nose. When you're traveling, that also means that you gotta bring this in the hand luggage. And when you're using the other ones, you don't need to bring the goggles into the hand luggage because you have a separate battery. So they're gonna take up more space. Not a huge fan of that. I wanted to get them because it's easy to hand over to Alex so that he can join in on an FPV flight. Oh. What is the wise words today?
The wise words of today. If you meet a king on the street, be humble.
Ja, det funkar. You know what time it is, right? Subscribe for more. Taking a little bit of a bone stretcher, as they say in Swedish. We're heading up north to Amanda's grandma and grandpa spend the weekend, just have a good time. Perfect. Saucy. Hittar du en till kikare? Ser du något? think it used that view. That tree is mine. That tree's mine, that tree's mine. Remember how in the beginning of this vlog I talked about the old remnants of Vikings being on our property and that kind of stuff? Yeah, this is it. This is the old remnants of the Vikings. Can you see it? Nope, me neither. I mean, come on. I had to go down here today to just see so that it wasn't actually something right next to our property, but there's nothing. This tree right here, on the other hand, is like the perfect seat. Announced yet another Q&A over on Instagram, so if you haven't head over there yet, you should. If you want to have one of your questions answered, because this is where I post them. How do you manage time between work and family? I think I've answered this a couple of times before, but try my best to find some sort of balance of making things whenever it doesn't disturb the family life. Trying to find time to pull things off. Nice to meet you with the TRX. Hey, Matthias. Nice to meet you too. You think buying cheap things is not always cheap at the end applied for all areas. If we're talking about like in the long run, I absolutely think that it's going to cost you more if you go in for the cheaper version than what you initially wanted. There's been so many times that I've kind of like opted in for the cheap version of something that I needed just for it to eventually break. When I bought the bigger, the better, and the more expensive thing, it usually lasts me for a couple of years. Not a question, just a high five. What made your career take off? Any business advice for creators? I don't really have an answer as to like what it is that made it take off. I mean, like I've always been consistent with making YouTube videos. I think one of the things is to think about how you can sort of utilize the things that you buy for your business and make more money from that. When I bought my first couple of cameras, I almost immediately tried to make sure that I could use them in some sort of way or form so I could start to get my money back. I think that a lot of people just buy stuff instead of actually trying to utilize them to get their money back. Being a freelancer basically means that you're gonna have to hunt to get the jobs. The jobs are not going to come running for you. If that was the case, then everybody would do it. How do you manage to do so much in just 24 hours? Don't let social media fool you, because what you're seeing on this channel, for example, this video right here, is just a couple of minutes of my day, or in this case, my weekend, because I've recorded this over a couple of days. But most of the time on social media, people seem to be super productive, or they do a whole lot of things, you know, over the course of just a few hours. But in reality, that's not the case most of the times. People have their own lives to do. They just go to the studio, they work hard while they're there, they batch record stuff, they make sure that they can create stuff when they are at their workspace. So I think that I don't have that much more to give in 24 hours than anyone else. Given you would restart, where would you begin and what do you wish to know from the first minute? If my main goal with YouTube was to make money, which it actually never was, it was just like a big bonus on the side, then I wish I knew that I was going to niche down hard in the beginning instead of trying a bunch of different things. But I'm glad I tried all of these things, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do what I do. You are in a deserted island and you can have one food, one drink, and one gadget. One food. I'm gonna say with some sort of steak and then a beer and then a Leatherman. Good stuff. The house that you're building, what is something that is not needed that you had to have? Honestly, right now, I don't know, because the house isn't standing yet, so we're gonna have to see. Have you been to Wacken Open Air? No, but I've heard it's great. Do you like to fish? Yeah. Do you have any travel plans? Yes, I do. I'm heading out to Iceland in May, and then I would love to do some more traveling in June. How do you make the time to work out? I have been struggling with that. I think that the best time to work out is just before lunch, you know, the hour before you're taking your lunch break. Because what I've experienced is that I work out the best when I know that food is coming, and it also gives me motivation to actually go to the gym if I'm doing it during the midday instead of having to go home, you know, cook some food and then relax at home, because then you're just screwed. Describe us the life of a YouTuber and let people know the facts about talking to a camera. This is actually kind of hard. I don't know where to begin, but I think that one of the things that kind of struck me over and over during the last 4 years is how lonely it is. Most of the time when I'm working, I am working alone. There's no one around. There's just me doing my thing, talking to you, trying to share my thoughts and opinions and experiences together with you in a fun way. And I think that a lot of people don't see this as one of the things that they have to practice the most. I usually compare it to the hosts of big TV shows, because if they can't convey the hype, the message, and the intensity of the show, then everything kind of falls flat. So me talking to the camera is like having one of my best friends along with me on the ride. And honestly, it feels good because I know for a fact that I can just talk this into the camera, and then I can sit down and I can edit it. I can look it through, and I know that I'm going to look this through before I'm actually posting it online. And I think that being a YouTuber, you got to get used to it. You can't just start one of these YouTube channels without actually enjoying practicing, because it all comes down to how much time you want to spend practicing the craft. How do you maintain a good routine and discipline? I don't. I try my best, but I don't. Who's your favorite brand or sponsor to work with? Oh, that's a tough one. But as of right now, all of the sponsors that I'm working with, I am very happy with them because they usually let me be as creative as I'd like to be. Have YouTube Shorts brought you subs and real engagement on your long form videos? No. Do you have any other dream job besides YouTube? Not really, no. I love this. What is the secret to your consistency? I think consistency is so incredibly important. And I've said this before, if you want to get better at something, it's all about doing it. You can't just skip out on a workout and think that you're going to get better at working out. It doesn't work that way. So if you want to get better at YouTube, or you want to reach more people, or you want to make more engaging videos, then what you got to do is make more videos. It's that simple. And I think that it goes for anything that I do in life. If I want to get better at something, I need to be consistent. Simple as that. Is it a good idea to start YouTube in 2023, or is it too late? It's never going to be too late to start a YouTube channel. It's one of the most amazing journeys that I've ever been on. And I think that everyone should try to experience it, whether you make it as a full-time job or not. But don't go in with the intention of having it as a full-time job. Start a YouTube channel because it's fun. There's so many people that are forgetting that today. How do you bring more personality into content without forcing it to make it look natural? I don't know if I'm the right person to ask, but I think that when it comes to being in front of the camera, one of the things that you got to do is practice, because the more you practice, the more natural you're going to come off in front of the camera. And I think that now more than ever, it's going to be even more important to show off your personality to your audience, because we live in a world where you have access to tools such as AI that can help you create a YouTube video. And today, when I look on YouTube, like the small YouTubers that are starting out, most of them look the same. Most of them have the same kind of lighting. Most of them have the same kind of camera. Most of them have the same kind of topic that they're talking about. And I feel like, in my personal opinion, I think that is a little bit boring. I think there's nothing unique to it anymore. It feels like there's just people doing the same thing because they want to be successful, and nothing wrong with that. I think like if you want to be trying out what everyone else is doing, then do that. But being you is what is the most unique thing. I think that is what is going to help you in the long run. I think that is what will differentiate you from the masses. I don't know. Might just be. Who knows? But that's also one of the reasons why I like these vlogs, because it's just me sharing my life, and I enjoy this, and I think it's a lot of fun. No one else can be me. No one else can do what I do, because I am living it, And what you're seeing is just me sharing it. So don't forget that. You have a unique life. Just make sure to capture it. Otherwise, no one else will see it.